This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On Air.
Hi, welcome to Diversity Dispatch, your local queer and rainbow podcast. Hello, everybody. How are we? I am in a good mood. I finished my Polytech course last week, and I know most Polytech courses aren't finishing until tomorrow. Tomorrow for you guys, 2 days from now for me. So my course, they actually didn't have a final week of classes, and we actually got an email like 3 weeks ago that's like, hey, we're extending the end of term. We're updating it as 27th. And I'm like, we have all our final assessments due the week before that. So I didn't have to go into classes this week, which has been pretty sweet. I've been catching up on housework at home because you know how it is. You get behind when you're busy or just depressed. Yeah. Can you guys hear the chair squeaking? The chair is so squeaky today. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that. But yeah, been good, been chugging along. I was going to try and actually think of a topic to discuss today, but the thing is I'm not very good at following through on commitments unless someone is holding me to it. So I don't have a topic again. I'm just going to blab, but I'm in a good mood, so it'll probably be good blabbing this time. What have I been up to? I bought a new cologne, and I quite enjoy this new cologne. It's David Beckham's Aromatic Green, so if you want to know what I smell like, that's there. 2 weeks ago, I got my name legally changed. The letter came in right after it would have been the week after the last episode came out. So my name is now legally Miles, which I'm very pleased about. Very happy that that's a thing. I got my first letter today with my new name on it, which is interesting. It's just the Electoral Commission confirming that I changed my name and everything, but it's my first letter with my new name. I'm pretty pleased to see that in writing and knowing that that's how I'm going to be referred to now, and no one has any kind of excuse to refer to me otherwise. But yeah, just good things happening. I don't know. Hopefully, at some point soon, we're going to have a guest on, which I'm very pleased about. He's a really good friend of mine, and I'm excited to have him on the pod. We're going to actually do a structured episode because he likes structure. So I've got the heat is on now. I've got to actually come up with something to talk about. But as I said earlier, I thrive under pressure, especially pressure from people. So I'll come up with something. They are only 26-minute episodes, so it's like I should just suck it up. But I mean, why? But yeah, just getting through and doing stuff. I've been applying for lots of jobs as my course has ended. I'm so glad I'm going to have more free time. My hours have been cut at work, which isn't great for my financial situation, which already wasn't great. But, it's whatever. I have free time, more time to look after myself and sort of recover from this bout of depression that did overcome me for a couple months. But yeah, just gonna keep going through life, gonna keep enjoying the things that are happening around me and ignoring the bad things, because there are a lot of bad things happening in the world right now. And it's important to know about those things and consider them. But if you're like me, you get overwhelmed by that sort of thing really easily. I hate hearing about all the horrible stuff happening in the world because I just obsess over it and I can't do anything about it. So I just feel worse and worse and worse as time goes by. So for me, I have to block it out for my own wellness. But I'm aware of it and it's pretty crap, pretty not good. And I'm not happy about it. But if I focus too much on it, I'm going to get depressed again. So when I just got out of that pit, I just army crawled my way out of there, so not looking to dive back in. But yeah, it's important to know what's happening around you and even if those things aren't helpful to you, to, just give them some air to breathe. But yeah, so I've been focusing more on myself and my own wellness, and that has been good. I don't know if I mentioned this in previous episodes, but I went to a couple counselling sessions, which I found was really, really helpful. And then because I'm finished up at the Polytech, they're not actually going to be able to treat me anymore, which is pretty disappointing because some of you might know like how difficult it is to match with a good counsellor or therapist or psychologist / psychiatrist. I don't actually know the difference between those two. But it's very, very difficult to match with that sort of support system sometimes. So I've been to counselling numerous times in my life for different reasons over the years. But this person was really, really good. And now I can't see her anymore, which is great. But, I think she really helped me in the 2-3 sessions we had. Yeah, it was good. And I am feeling more hopeful and confident moving forward. I know counselling doesn't help everyone, and honestly, for a really long time did I say anyone or everyone? Counselling doesn't help everyone. If I said anyone before, I was not correct. Counselling does not help everyone. And for a long time, I didn't think that it helped me because previously when I went to counsellors, all I would get was have you tried box breathing and counting the things around you and, what do you smell and see and blah, blah, blah. And I am not the right kind of broken to be helped by that. Which was very frustrating when that was all my counsellors were telling me. But the last 2 times I've been to counselling, so with my most recent counsellor and the time before that a couple of years ago, I went in both times and I was like, okay, grounding techniques, not for me. Don't even tell me about it because it's frustrating and they don't help and I just want to actually talk about my issues and everything. And so my previous counsellor was like, yeah, sweet, we'll focus on this other meditative stuff and blah, blah, blah. And that was sweet. That helped a bit. It was good to talk about my stuff. But this – okay, I'm not going to say her name on the air. But she was so good. She acknowledged that and she was like, right, so I'm actually going to walk you through tell me this and this is what's happening in your brain and that's why this is doing that and blah, 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 blah. And I found that really helpful. Through these sessions I have realized / put a name to the fact that I – intellectualize everything a lot, which is not super helpful for processing emotions. So we didn't quite have enough sessions to really talk about how to help that, but at least I know what it is now. But yeah, so having that sort of exactly why that happens and what it means and that sort of thing, how you sort of start doing that as a response to something really helped me understand myself a lot better, which means that I can move forward from that and be like, okay, that's what that is. And I'm planning on researching on my own because I cannot be bothered finding another counsellor right now. If I have more energy at some point, I probably will because it's good to okay, here's my thing. And I had quite a heated debate with my counsellor over it, actually. Well, no, it wasn't a debate. I ranted and she agreed, and we were both ranting annoyedly. But counselling is not it goes a long way to solve problems, but counselling should be a maintenance thing. You are maintaining your psyche to prevent. It's a preventative measure, prevent all that stuff happening. And things getting worse, except people are only referred to these mental health help services after they've gone off the deep end or after they need that help. And it is very frustrating. It's not great. But yeah, so we were ranting about that. I don't even remember what I was talking about now. I went to do my usual thing of looking up a conversation prompt, but that didn't go so well. And I forgot what I was doing and then felt bad that I hadn't started recording yet because I only have a limited time slot, even though the person on before me is never here. So I can go on early and have a bit of extra time, but I feel bad sitting in here not recording anything. So I hit record even though I wasn't really ready to go, even though I'm never ready to go. I was trying to be better. Oh, that's right. I got distracted when I pulled up Chrome to do my usual search for prompts, and I saw the ODT had posted a thing about how GPs and nurse practitioners have been given the green light to diagnose and treat ADHD from February next year, which I'm very excited about because I've tried to get referred for an ADHD assessment through the Polytech. But again, I've finished at the Polytech, so they're probably not going to – I actually don't know what's happened with that. But I don't predict that they will be like, hey, 2 months down the track, we've got you lined up with an appointment with a psychiatrist or psychologist. Again, don't remember the difference. But yeah, so I don't anticipate that happening. But I can wait till February. Like, I would love to. I would love to know what is going on with my brain. This sort of links back to what I was saying earlier. I like being able to put a name to things. And I guess that's probably like a demystifying thing. It's like if I know what's going on with me, then it's less scary. But yeah, because if I know what it is, then I can like work around it or like treat it and stuff with like my own. I'm not saying like I'm going to be doing homeopathic remedies and stuff, but like how words. But account for it. That's the word. I will be able to account for it if I know what it is I'm accounting for. But yeah, I would love to get diagnosed because that would be great. I know self-diagnosis is completely valid and is okay to do, but it's nice to just have that assurance from a professional that I'm not crazy and I'm not a hypochondriac. Yeah. Oh, I went to the I went to the Dunedin Hospital for the first time. It wasn't an emergency. It was an outpatient visit to talk about EDS because that was the thing that I was trying to get diagnosed with. And okay, guys, I'm in pain a lot. Like especially when I sit down for lengthy periods, it's like my hips start to hurt. And it's just all this sort of stuff. And basically I went in there and he was like, okay, so you're having all this stuff, but what's actually wrong? And I'm like, right, so I'm in pain a lot and it hurts and I kind of don't want to be in pain. And he's like, well, why do you think you have this? And I'm like, well, 2 of my diagnosed friends said that I probably do have it. So I just wanted to like bring it forward and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, I don't know why you're here. And it's like, great. Mate, it's because I'm in pain and I don't want to be in pain and over-the-counter things don't work. But yeah, so he like moved my limbs and everything and tested my joints and he was like, right, so I can confidently say that you're hypermobile, but I'm not going to send you forward for the genetic test that we can do for you and I'm not sure how I can help you because obviously your joints are all stable and everything. Like your muscles and your joints aren't degrading. It's like, great, but isn't EDS a connective tissue thing? I didn't say that, but I wish I had because maybe then he would have taken me a bit more seriously. But so that was very frustrating because I thought, oh yes, I'm finally actually going to get some help for this thing that has been bothering me basically my whole life. But I again, didn't have a name for it, didn't know what it was, thought it was normal for a long time that people's bodies just like randomly ache and hurt for no reason. Haven't done any physical activity to trigger it or anything, just pain. But yeah, that was very frustrating. And I ranted to my friends about it for a while because I was angry that because okay, here's my thing, and I did say it like explicitly in the appointment. I don't care about the diagnosis. I don't care about drugs or anything. I just want a solution to my pain, right? And I understand that you're not always going to get what you want going into a doctor's appointment. But the way he just like brushed me off, and I feel like this doesn't even have to be like an EDS thing. Like even just in the queer community, I feel like this happens a lot. And just going into the whole hypocrisy of the medical system, but it's like you get brushed off a lot when you try to bring genuine concerns to the table. And that's what happened to me. And I knew there was a high chance of it happening. Like I didn't know it was going to happen, but I was like, I knew that was there was a good chance that's what was going to happen. But it was still frustrating and upsetting. And I like kind of almost cried in front of the doctor when he sent me out with nothing and just like, no, you're fine. And yeah, just being told and having it implied that nothing is actually that wrong with me, so just suck it up. And it's like, okay, maybe like my arm hasn't fallen off and maybe I'm not like dislocating my joints every 2 seconds, but I'm still in pain, and I don't think that you should treat – because like the way he spoke to me, like bedside manner is a certain part of being a doctor, I feel as, from a patient's perspective, that the way you're spoken to as a person seeking help from someone you have been taught will help you. And like you're expecting a certain kind of empathy at least. But the way he said it, like he didn't care that I was in pain. He like was very clearly reluctant to even do the physical assessment. Yeah, it was very frustrating. And it was like when I went in there, okay, they had me go back with a student doctor first. And she was asking me all these questions about myself and everything. I'm like, is this not like on the form or anything? Because I know that my GP who referred me for the visit wrote a very detailed account of like what I'd told him. So it's like, is this information not like on that bit of paper that you are holding in your hands? And she was like, oh, I'm just asking. And because I quite literally just say like, oh, is that not on the bit of paper? Probably a bit more politely than how I just said it on the show. But yeah, it was like, what? Is that not on there? And then, okay, you'll get a crack up out of this. So then the actual doctor comes in and he asks me all of the same questions all over again. So that's 3 times that I've had the questions asked. And I understand I feel like I would be more understanding if it was the actual doctor recounting these questions. But it was the student doctor. And then, like, she didn't pass on the information to the actual doctor. I shouldn't say actual. Student doctors are still kind of doctors. I don't know. She's a student doctor. I won't say – okay, the fully graduated doctor. I don't know. But, yeah, just being – that was very frustrating, and I'm sure a lot of people, if you're listening, can probably relate to that. And if not that exact scenario, then similar ways, just being brushed off or that sort of thing by doctors and people that are supposed to help. It's like it can be very upsetting as well. I was pretty upset, but I was like, no, I'm fine. And he was like, are you like, you're fine with that? And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I wasn't actually crying, but I was like – I could feel like I wanted to, like, because it's hard. It's hard when you know that something isn't right and you can't do anything about it, and the people that are supposed to do something about it aren't doing anything about it either. And I don't know. I'm of the opinion that whether you go to a private or public doctor in any form, you should receive the same standards of service. Like, even if, like, with the public, you have to wait longer, because I understand that lots of people are going to public and not a lot of people are going to private, so obviously they're going to have more openings. But because of that, you should still receive the same standard of care, especially when it comes to something like, you know, your health, which is so, so important for your quality of life. Yeah. I don't know. It's like it's not like I have an easy solution. I don't think it's an easy situation to salute to remedy. Like there's no easy solution. It's just one of those things where it's really frustrating, but there's nothing you can do about it. So it's like you got to just suck it up. But it's like doesn't mean it's okay either. I don't know. What else can I talk about that is a little less depressing? I remember that, okay, sometimes I'll, like, scroll through the list of episodes for the pod, just, like, because, like, I want to show someone the pod or something, and I keep seeing the one that I talk about birds a lot, and I don't actually think I talked about birds that much, but I did put that, I think, in the title as well. I do like birds. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to get cancelled for this. I listened to Video Games by Lana Del Rey for the first time yesterday. People are going to be outraged that I haven't heard this song already. But and you know what? It's only because I listened to the cover by Trixie Mattel first. Because I'm a huge Trixie fan. And yeah, I listened to that and I was like, okay, what does the original sound like? I actually like Trixie's cover better than the original. I don't know, something about like, I don't like, okay, I can't say that because it's not true actually, but in this case, for this specific song, I did enjoy the masculine voice more than the feminine voice. Even if the actual like backing track was very similar. Yeah, I liked Trixie's singing better. I'm also just partial to Trixie in general. But yeah, that was fun. And I don't know what to talk about again. Let's actually, I'm not going to get sidetracked this time. Conversation prompts. I don't need to know what it is. Okay, how do we feel about this like AI overview that Google has been doing? I know they've had it for quite a while. I find it quite helpful when I just want a quick answer. Like, I don't care if it's that reliable. Like, I just want a quick, like, this is this. But I do find it frustrating when it concludes wrong, which I guess can be expected for AI. Oh, is this the one that I liked? Oh no, this is a different one that I did like. What helps you breathe easy? Jeez. I don't know, that sort of, okay, I breathe easy when I've got that sort of like giddy feeling and like it's like your chest is all bubbly and it's, but not like actual like physically bubbly, but just like, you know, that joyous feeling, and it's like, you know, it's like that's when I breathe easiest, is that sort of that happy feeling. And I've been feeling that a bit more recently, which is nice. Do you believe in second chances? I absolutely do believe in second chances if you're willing to prove that you have changed. It's like I'm – because, like, you can do something absolutely horrible, right? And you shouldn't expect immediately forgiveness for that. I may not forgive you for this bad thing, but I may be able to move past it if you prove that you've changed. But it does have to be changed. It's not just a promise of, oh, it won't happen again. It's you have changed and you wouldn't feasibly – like it wouldn't be feasible for you to do it again in the state that you are, you know, whatever mistake this may have been. What's something the person across from you doesn't know about you? There's nobody here except for the Hat Man. Hello, Hat Man, in the corner. What's most important to you right now? I forgot to talk about this. I was asked to actually host the Revolution in, I think it's the October one, or it might be the September one. One of them. But I'm hosting one of them. Isn't that exciting? I'm very pleased about that. I'm quite eager because I did do a private gig and I hosted, kind of. I was supposed to just be organizing it, and then I was told that I was just organizing the drag queen portion, and then it was very confusing. But I ended up like calling on the performers and everything, and basically doing the working set list, because it was one of those things where you can just sort of like decide you want to perform on the night. My first hosting gig, I wasn't like really given a run through on how to do it or anything. I was just winging it the whole time, but I think it went pretty well. But this is going to be like my first like proper hosting gig. So I'm going to be hosting the Revolution. Dearest Mother Anarchy is going to be away, and it has been entrusted to me, which is quite exciting. Yeah. I'm actually going to do like an activity roundup sort of thing at the end of this episode, because we have about a minute and a half left. So we've got the Inch Bar show this Saturday. Oh, no, not Inch Bar, sorry. The Revolution this Saturday at 8 p.m. at Yours in Moray Place. And then the week after that, on the Friday, we have the Inch Bar show, I believe. I think, maybe, possibly, potentially, which is also at 8, I think. So definitely go and check those out. And then we've got lots of cool stuff happening. So check out the Ōtepoti Drag Directory page. And I actually... okay, here's the thing. At diversity.dispatch on Instagram, if you want me to shout out an event or something that is happening with you, you want me to give a little chat about it, give me a little hello, a little hi on the Instagram, on the Instawebs, and I'll talk about it. All right. Have a lovely day, lovely couple of weeks until I talk to you again. Hopefully with a guest, possibly not. We will see. Yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening. Diversity Dispatch is a fortnightly show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Tune in next time on oar.org.nz or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more queer and diverse content. Over and out.
This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On Air.